Hey Alexandria artists, I hope you're doing well. Today we will be making windows, winter windows, and our winter windows will be either at sunrise, that's dawn, or sunset, dusk. And when it's sunrise or sunset, a lot of times the objects in your horizon or your landscape or in your foreground are actually black, all black, complete shadows. And that's actually called, it's a very fancy word, it's called a silhouette. Let's say that together in the count of 1, 2, 3. Silhouette. One more time. Then you can teach your parents your new word. Ready? Silhouette. All right. So we're going to be making silhouettes. And I did a snowman on my horizon line, mountains. So I have 2 things outside. Actually, no, 3 things outside. I have my hanging lights too. And then I have 2 items right here that are indoors. I was inspired to do a spider because in my house, there are lots of spiders showing up. I don't really like it, but there are many spiders in my house right now because it's winter and they want to stay warm and alive, so they crawl into my house. So I did a spider and I did a snail because when I was a kid, I had a pet snail. And one day it escaped and ended up on my window ledge. So just kind of a little memory that inspired me to make a snail. All right, so today for our materials, we will need, of course, a pencil because we always want to practice first before we make it permanent with a Sharpie. We'll need a black Sharpie marker, so that's number 2. We'll need a piece of paper, of course, a white piece of paper. If you have cardstock at your house or white drawing paper, or just a paper that's thicker than printer paper, or the paper in your sketchbook, please grab that out. Otherwise, I don't think I'd use watercolor. I think I'd just stick to crayon or marker to color your background or colored pencil, just because you'll ruin your sketchbook. You'll get all the other pages wet and goopy, and it won't be good, guys. So I would just stick to a thick white drawing paper, or if you don't have that, it's okay. I would then just use, like I said, colored pencils, markers, crayons, whatever you have on hand, okay, for your color part. All right, I'm gonna go get those materials and we're gonna make one together. Here we go, and I'll also show you some others made by kids your age too. All right, be right back. All right guys, so I have my paper, it's a nice thick sheet, and I've got my scratch paper or my sketchbook underneath so I don't accidentally get Sharpie on the table, right? We've talked about this in class so many times, how Sharpie stains tables, so be careful. Have something underneath to protect wherever you're working, okay? So that the custodians and your parents will not feel stressed out that you are using Sharpie. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna show you my paper and we're gonna get started on just figuring out some of the first details. I'm just gonna use a Sharpie to sketch. Obviously, you guys will use a pencil because then you can erase if you make a mistake. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start with just the window frame. And in my example, I kind of left like a wood grain texture. That's just something I prefer, but if you wanna go ahead and color everything black, that's also fine with me. That's what I'm going to do in this example, just to show you kind of the 2 different ways to do it. Ooh, that line got a little crooked. Whatever. I'll go in and color it in later, so I'll fix it. Okay, and then I'm going to add the middle part of my window, the wooden cross in the middle that holds my glass in place. Window panes. Like that. Okay. And here's where I'm going to speed up the video. I'm going to add in my window scene, I'm going to add a silhouette of a cat, a tree, some Christmas lights, and some icicles. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, so I went in and I colored in with a Sharpie, black Sharpie, the rest of my silhouettes and my window and the window, the wood in the middle that holds up the window panes. So now I'm going to go ahead and take watercolor and paint the background. And you'll only do that if you have a thick enough piece of paper. If you're using printer paper or sketchbook paper, don't do watercolor just because it'll damage your sketchbook or it will make the paper rip. So if that's the case, I would stick to crayon or colored pencil or marker. Okay, here we go. Let's finish it up. Alright, so here is my finished piece. I have sort of warm colors in the background to show either my sunset or sunrise. It really could be either, couldn't it? And my cat, my tree with a star, my lights, and my icicles. Alright, I hope everyone has a fun time being creative, putting on your thinking caps of things that could be silhouettes in your outdoor scene and on your windowsill. Good luck! I'm going to just put up the learning targets at the end of this video so that you guys can have a reminder of what to do. Have fun!